Men of high value who practice Stoicism have a distinctive and captivating approach to relationships that is based on the virtues of composure and self-control. They incorporate Stoic discipline into their daily lives and interpersonal relationships, which not only sets them apart through their resilience and confidence, but also through their capacity to keep a positive outlook and take personal responsibility in any circumstance. Today, let's look at 10 ways that Stoic men foster an environment where women feel comfortable expressing their feelings and ideas. By doing this, they not only attract attention from others, but also foster positive interactions, which leads to their successful and meaningful relationships. These are studies and real-world examples that you can immediately apply to today's modern life, not just meaningless advice or lessons from antiquated philosophy. Please support us by liking, subscribing to our channel, and leaving a comment below, whether you just want to share your story with us or provide an alternative viewpoint. Let's get started. First of all, they accept rejection without fear. Acceptance of what we cannot control is one of Stoicism's core ideas, and it relates nicely to the dynamics of dating and relationships. Stoic males. When interacting with women, those who adhere to this philosophical approach display a certain fortitude and calmness, thoroughly understanding that not every interaction will result in a positive conclusion, and that's totally acceptable. A Stoic man views social interactions and dating as opportunities to practice his virtues, such as courage and temperance. He is unaffected by the possibility of rejection because, in his opinion, it is just an outside event over which he has no control. He understands that his value is unaffected by another person's reaction to him. For example, if he asks someone out and she declines, he politely acknowledges her decision without taking offense or feeling less worthy of respect. He then moves on with calmness and dignity. Let's look at the case of Alex, a young man who actively seeks to better understand and embody Stoic teachings. When faced with rejection, he approaches relationships with an open mind and heart, understanding that not every woman he meets will be interested in him. For those hoping to imitate Stoic men in their dealings with women, Alex views it as an opportunity to cultivate detachment and reflect on the exchange without experiencing emotional anguish or self-blame. It's critical to develop a mindset that views rejection as a normal part of life's ebb and flow, rather than as a personal failure. This is because it recognizes that while we can control our actions, we frequently have little control over the results. In essence, to be successful in relationships, as viewed through the lens of Stoicism, you must embrace the possibility of rejection, just as you would any other external circumstance that is beyond your control. This approach not only fosters personal growth but also a healthier, more realistic approach to dating and forging connections with others. By the way, this perspective encourages you to put yourself out there to engage authentically, without the paralyzing fear of rejection. Second, they don't exert too much effort. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of restraint and genuine confidence, qualities that are very appealing in any person, urges us to let go of the need for outside affirmation and concentrate on the things we can control. This is especially important when establishing connections. A Stoic man understands that trying too hard to impress others is pointless. His confidence is quietly derived from a deep understanding of his abilities and worth, rather than from a need for outside reinforcement. This strong sense of self enables him to engage with women with true confidence rather than arrogance. Instead of relying on flashy gestures or flowery language to pique someone's interest, he believes in direct and honest communication. For example, a Stoic man might smile and express genuine interest in the conversation rather than employing a prearranged pickup line. This approach reflects a broader Stoic belief in authenticity and virtue. Think about historical personalities like Marcus Aurelius or Seneca, who stressed living in accordance with reason and nature, rather than giving in to flimsy desires and superficiality. They taught that leading a meaningful life requires knowing one's place in the greater scheme of things and acting honorably, which naturally translates into treating people, including women, in a practical sense. Research has in fact demonstrated that people are attracted to those who possess the self-assurance and security that Stoic philosophy fosters through Stoic practice. This is true for both men and women. The idea behind being Stoic is not to change who we are to fit an ideal or impress someone else, but to be the best versions of ourselves. This naturally attracts people who value authenticity and depth. Whether you're new to Stoicism or looking to deepen your practice, remember that how you treat others is a reflection of your inner state, and that true confidence is as attractive as it is rare. Men can cultivate these traits not just for the purpose of relationships, but as a guiding principle in all areas of life. 3. They emphasize listening over speaking in the Stoic philosophy. This is because listening is a highly valued interpersonal skill that is highly respected in all relationships, including those between men and women. If you embrace this, your interactions will not only be more fulfilling, but also more in line with the Stoic path to wisdom. When speaking with women, Stoic males who make an effort to live by the precepts of wisdom and moderation adopt a unique style. The idea that everyone has something worthwhile to contribute, and that comprehension can only come from actually listening to another person in interactions with women, is one of the core concepts that Stoic men comprehend. Giving Stoic guys the opportunity to voice their opinions and feelings comes first. As Exposé once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." He famously practiced this by participating in dialogues where he listened intently, demonstrating that to be a leader or a high-value individual, one must first be a great listener. This practice is not just about being polite, it's about genuine respect and appreciation for the perspectives of others. Stunting men also understand that, in a society where many men still have a tendency to dominate talks, women, like all people, want to be heard and acknowledged. A Stoic man distinguishes himself from other men by making an effort to listen more than he speaks. This strategy demonstrates that he respects the woman's opinions and sees her as an equal participant in conversation. It goes beyond simply remaining silent to include active listening, paying close attention without thinking about what to say next. In addition, Stoic men are comfortable with silence and understand that it can allow the other person to think and express themselves more fully. They only interrupt a conversation to add something meaningful and never just to fill the void. This is especially important in today's fast-paced world, where the capacity for patient listening is a rare and valuable quality. Because they view women as distinct individuals with their own perspectives and experiences, Stoic men treat them with the decency and respect they deserve. Through the Stoic virtue of listening, they foster more meaningful and profound interactions. This strategy doesn't make them less present in the discourse. On the contrary, it makes them more respected and well understood. As number 4, they value keeping eye contact. Treating every person with respect and dignity is one of the major tenets of the Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the significance of attention and intention in all interactions. This idea has a significant impact on how Stoic men interact with women, especially in terms of their communication styles. For example, a Stoic man can show his respect and attentiveness by keeping eye contact during a conversation. This technique shows that the Stoic guy cherishes the woman's presence and individuality, in addition to the words she is saying. It also shows that he is totally present in the moment. It goes beyond simply gazing someone in the eyes. This degree of engagement demonstrates a sincere interest in and regard for her opinions and experiences. Additionally, this behavior exemplifies the crucial Stoic virtue of confidence. Here, confidence does not imply conceit or self-importance. Rather, it refers to being secure in oneself while showing others respect and consideration. Women in particular find it attractive when they are treated with this kind of attention and respect. Let's look at a real-world example. Imagine a stern man talking with a female coworker about a new project at a community meeting. He makes sure to keep continuous eye contact. Instead than looking at his laptop or letting his ear roam about the room, which may be taken as disrespectful or indifferent, he listens closely and intelligently answers her questions and thoughts. This is not a sign of domination, but rather of real attention. This approach not only makes the conversation more meaningful, but it also reinforces his respect for her as an equal contributor. Therefore, if you work to live up to Stoic principles in your interactions, Keep in mind the significance of communicating genuine interest and respect through your body language, such as maintaining eye contact. This not only improves your relationships, but it also aligns your actions with Stoic virtue number 5. You don't take things personally. Imagine this. You muster the courage to approach someone you find intriguing in the hopes of receiving a positive response, but she doesn't quite respond as enthusiastically as you had imagined. It's a common occurrence, isn't it? Well, Stoic people have a unique perspective on these kinds of interactions. For them, it all comes down to maintaining an unwavering sense of inner calm and resilience, even in the face of possible rejection. They understand that not every step they take in the complex dance of dating and human connection will land as gracefully as they'd hoped, so rather than allowing these moments to bruise their ego or shake their confidence, they view them as an integral part of the journey. Imagine that. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, you're casting a line into a river hoping for a bite. This is where it gets interesting. If the fish aren't interested in what you're presenting, does it imply you're a bad fisherman? Definitely not. Instead, you should adjust your approach, maybe try a different bait or go to a different spot and persevere. Many studies indicate that people with this Stoic mindset, who don't internalize rejection or take things personally, fare better in relationships. They recognize that a woman's reaction isn't a reflection of their intrinsic value as a person, but rather the result of a dynamic interaction of several factors. So if you want to succeed in the world of romantic relationships, you shouldn't let every setback or rejection derail you. Instead, focus on improving your strategy and keeping a resilient, self-assured attitude. Remember, in the words of the Stoics, what matters most is how you react to rejection. Number 6, pay attention to what you can manage and let the rest work itself out. They delve deeply into the philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches women how to acquire fortitude and self-control in order to overcome negative emotions, and they engage women in these discussions. Relationships and interactions with people, especially women, should be based on respect, empathy, and sincere interest. When a Stoic man interacts with a woman, he does so with the intention of understanding her thoughts, experiences, and emotions. Stoic men recognize the importance of genuinely getting to know the people around them. To do this, they participate in meaningful conversations, during which they listen intently and pose meaningful questions. This technique is helpful in developing connections that are built on mutual respect and understanding, for example, rather than just asking superficial questions about her profession or her hobbies. It is not only useful for gathering information, but also for connecting on a deeper level. A Stoic man might ask how her experiences have shaped her views on life, what challenges she's faced and how she has overcome them, or what aspirations she holds for the future. This method of interaction is not only about being polite, but also about being genuinely interested in what the other person has to say. It has been indicating that people who ask more questions, particularly meaningful ones, are generally perceived as more likable. This perception likely arises because taking an interest in someone else's life can make them feel valued and understood. So if you aim to leave a positive impression and foster a deeper connection with a woman, remember to engage her with thoughtful questions that show your interest in her as a person. It's not just about the questions you ask, but how you listen and respond that conveys your sincerity and respect, core tenets of Stoicism. This approach not only enhances personal relationships, but also aligns with living a virtuous life, a key goal in Stoic philosophy. Number 7. Rather from being needy, they demonstrate independence. Men who are Stoic recognize that women have an extraordinary capacity to detect sincerity and authenticity in others. They also understand that any hint of neediness or clinginess can instantly turn off women, because it conveys a lack of emotional independence and self-assurance. As a result, these men carefully avoid any actions or attitudes that could be interpreted as indicating desperation. Instead, Stoic men prioritize self-awareness and introspection, working to comprehend and align with their core values and virtues. By doing this, they build a strong base of self-respect and authenticity, from which all of their interactions, including those with women, naturally empty. Imagine the following situation. A Stoic man is having a meaningful conversation with a woman he finds interesting. Instead of giving in to the urge to impress her with ostentatious displays or overly flattering remarks, he remains calm and collected, engages in meaningful dialogue, actively listening to her thoughts and perspectives while confidently expressing his own. In doing so, he demonstrates genuine interest and respect without seeking validation or approval. Furthermore, Stoic men value personal development as a lifetime endeavor. They recognize that developing virtues like courage, wisdom, and temperance improves their ability to connect authentically with others, especially women. By constantly working to become the best versions of themselves, they radiate a magnetic charm that draws others. Importantly, Stoic men regard women as independent beings with their own agency and choices. Instead than forcing their goals or expectations on other people, This method encourages women to freely express themselves and make decisions that are in line with their own beliefs and desires, generating deeper and more meaningful relationships. It also fosters an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Fundamentally, connections. By embracing the tenets of Stoicism, the Stoic approach to relationships transcends simple tactics or procedures for attracting women. Instead, it embodies a philosophy of living with integrity, resilience, and empathy, which naturally fosters genuine and satisfying connections with others. Men are confident, graceful, and respectful in relationships. They build true bonds based on mutual admiration and understanding. 8. They don't use manipulative tactics. Stoicism emphasizes living in harmony with nature and upholding moral virtues like honesty and authenticity in all spheres of life, especially romantic relationships. Stoic men approach women with a deep appreciation for the value of authenticity and real connection. They reject the shallow allure of mind games and manipulation, seeing such strategies as a sign of a lack of character and self-worth. Instead, they embrace a philosophy of radical honesty and authenticity, realizing that trust and mutual respect are the cornerstones of true attraction and lasting relationships. Imagine a situation in which a Stoic man strikes up a conversation with a woman he is interested in. Rather than using forced gestures or shallow flattery, he engages her with sincerity and integrity, speaking candidly about his feelings and thoughts without resorting to pretense or artifice. In doing so, he not only honors his own integrity but also shows respect for the woman's intelligence and discernment. Additionally, Stoic males have a strong sense of self-worth and importance. They realize that trying to appear someone they're not in order to impress a woman is not only dishonest, but also ultimately futile. Instead, they embrace who they really are, realizing that vulnerability and authenticity are the foundations of genuine attraction, and they apply the Stoic principles to their interactions with women. These men foster relationships based on mutual trust, respect, and understanding, because they know that the true path to relationship fulfillment is to embrace the beauty of human connection in all its raw and vulnerable essence, rather than trying to control or manipulate others. 9. Stoic men have strong nonverbal communication skills. They embody the timeless knowledge that real strength does not come from controlling others, but rather from having the guts to be truly unapologetic about who they are. When a Stoic man interacts with a woman, his demeanor speaks volumes about his character. He comes into the room and commands attention without using flashy gestures or boastful words. He stands tall and shoulders back, exuding confidence without coming across as arrogant. He looks her in the eye, conveying sincerity and attentiveness. When he smiles, it's genuine, reflecting his inner peace and contentment. Let's break it down. Stoic men place a high value on self-awareness and self-control, which is reflected in their body language. Standing up straight is a sign of inner strength and discipline. By keeping eye contact, they demonstrate respect and a sincere interest in the other person, which deepens the connection. Moreover, Stoic guys are aware of the impact of a genuine smile. It's about demonstrating warmth and openness rather than attempting to impress or put on a display. How does this relate to attracting women? A genuine grin conveys approachability and sincerity, which makes it simpler for women to feel at ease and cherished in their company. If you're looking to improve your body language and learn the art of Stoic interaction with women, you should know that confidence is magnetic. When a man carries himself with grace and poise, it naturally draws others towards him, and women are no exception. If you're excited for a dedicated video on this subject, please leave a comment below. We'll make sure to deliver in the interim. Keep in mind that your demeanor speaks volumes, so make sure you're communicating the right message with every gesture and expression. Number 10. Their confidence in their flirting abilities. The philosophy of Stoicism, which is praised for its ability to help people navigate the intricacies of life, also provides insights into the area of relationships, such as how Stoic males handle encounters with women within the Stoic framework. Rather than being a cause of manipulation or uneasiness, flirtation is accepted as a normal expression of human contact. Stoic men, understanding the intrinsic worth of being genuine, accept flirting as a way to determine shared interests and build sincere relationships. Think of a Stoic man striking up a conversation with a woman he finds interesting. Rather than approaching flirtation as a calculated move, he approaches it with sincerity and curiosity, drawing on the principles of Stoicism to stay grounded in the present. He listens intently, taking in her responses and observing her body language by projecting attributes like charm, playfulness, and genuine interest. He fosters an environment that is genuine and cozy. Whether the interaction results in more connection or not, the Stoic man remains unfazed because he understands that the value is in the experience itself, rather than the outcome. A Stoic perspective encourages men to give up attachment to outcomes and instead focus on their own virtuous intentions and actions. This method is in line with the Stoic idea of facing life's uncertainties with balance and fortitude. For instance, picture a Stoic man interacting with a woman at a social gathering. He jokes around with her, complimenting her on her intelligence or sharing a sincere laugh over a shared interest. Whether or not their relationship develops romantically, he stays calm and polite, grateful for the chance to truly connect with another human being. Stoic men approach relationships with integrity and mindfulness, treating women with respect and acknowledging their intrinsic worth. By modeling Stoicism in their interactions, they build genuine bonds based on mutual understanding and authenticity. From this angle, flirting ceases to be a game of tactics and instead becomes a genuine display of interest and admiration for the diversity of human. In closing, let's dissect some common sense that adheres to the Stoic ideals, especially when it comes to dealing with women. Imagine yourself negotiating the complexities of social dynamics while trying to project a Stoic man's composed, self-assured manner. These insightful pearls could greatly improve the way you connect with others. First, Stoicism shows us that communication is more than just words. What matters is how we communicate them. Embrace your genuineness and communicate with conviction, whether you're joking around or paying a praise. The idea that one should interact with women with confidence in oneself, regardless of outside approval, is fundamental to Stoic philosophy. Give off this certainty. In a world full of distractions, people will naturally flock toward you if you really believe in your inherent worth. Stoics recognize the great value of listening intently rather than just waiting for their turn to talk. Engross yourself in her words to the fullest, show real interest by interacting with her feelings and thoughts in a proactive manner. Stoic men know how important it is to put the woman at the center of the conversation, delve deeply into her goals and experiences, and create a real connection based on mutual respect and understanding. Stoicism encourages flexibility and compassion in our relationships. There is possibility for a deep connection when you customize your communication style to suit her particular personality and interests, whether that be through comedy, intellect, or genuine empathy amid the tranquility of silence. Accept intervals of silence so that you can think and reflect, since this will enhance the conversation. Sometimes the strongest connections are formed when words fail. Stoic virtue is centered on gratitude. Give the woman a moment of appreciation for her presence and the insightful ideas she offers to the discussion. Sincere gratitude should be expressed for her time and contributions to the discussion. Your inner strength and poise are powerfully reflected in your body language. Maintain a straight gaze, stand tall, project confidence in all that you do, and allow your physical presence to communicate. The calm confirmation of a genuine Stoic Stoicism promotes moderation in all areas, including our interactions. It helps us avoid the traps of giving her too much attention or taking over the conversation by striking a careful balance between assertiveness and restraint. At the end of the day, living a Stoic life is about setting an example. Be the model of honesty, compassion, and fortitude when you engage with women. These 10 Stoic-inspired guidelines can help you improve your interactions with women and inspire others by helping to create lasting friendships based on respect and understanding. Remember that building real connections based on respect and understanding is more important than simply making an impression. If you found these thoughts insightful, please check out more of our material, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. We appreciate your contribution so much and will be watching for more Stoicism-related guidance and thought-provoking articles. I hope to see you in the upcoming video. Take care.